This has been a very, very beautiful day. It started out with the girls gathering together and thinking about and practicing what they were going to say. And then we went on to what I thought was a spectacular mass with a very, very nice musician who played some beautiful music that the girls had picked out, music that Bonnie loved. The meal that we've just had, the family has had a lot of guests over, and we filled the house with fun people that knew Bonnie and loved Bonnie, and an absolutely outstanding meal, which I'm sure, Manuel, that probably you would have enjoyed eating. So I had a plate for you, just to let you know how good it was. And our videographer right now is taking the time to have me say hi to you and to thank everybody who did such a great job putting this afternoon together. It was a beautiful service, one that'll go down in my memory as a true tribute to Bonnie and all the love that she gave to the kids and her family. Thank you.
Well, this is a difficult time for us all, with Mom not here anymore. Mom received me as her son-in-law, and I adopted her as my mom, as my mom passed away years ago. So we and I are going to miss her dearly, and one really moment that is memorable in my mind is when after Mom's house burned down. Uncle Manny, I know you're going to be viewing this video, so you probably know about this, but after her house burned down, Mom lived with us for about 10 months. We went through a lot of life's experiences together that were a challenge. And one time that was so remarkable, which is typical of Mom. Her things were stored in a pod that was in our driveway, and this is a big pod. And somehow there was a mix-up in the financial arrangements, and they said, and for some reason they weren't getting automatically paid off of the credit card. So one day, Mom's home all by herself in her nightgown, her bathrobe. And
We're at work.
Up comes this rig with a great big forklift on it, and they're going to come up, and she hears this ruckus outside. And here's this big guy coming up, and he jumps on the forklift.
Oh, what a story that would have been to tell today.
And he was going to take this pot away. Mom heard what was going on. She came out with her walker, and she started arguing with the guy. She said, "You can't take this away. This is my stuff. You can't take this away. This Dr. Wilcox lives here. This is not right." And he said, "I'm taking this away. The bill's not paid. I'm just taking it away." So Mom gets between the forklift and the pod, and she stands there and she says, "If you think you're going to take this away, you're going to be on the front page of the Sacramento Bee tomorrow morning."
And on Channel 3 News.
Doing this to a 90-year-old or 85-year-old woman.
And she said also, the criminals get one phone call. Don't I at least get one phone call?
So she was,
and she called us at the office.
So that was just a typical mom. I
mean,
she was.
He waited. Else. We got there. We paid the bill,
yeah.
And her stuff was saved. But there are so many precious memories during that time, living together, sharing the house and the rebuilding of this home, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing.
She wouldn't change a thing. She was a one of a kind, and I got to be her daughter, and I will always think of her and the way that she managed and handled everything impeccably, even to her death.
And Uncle Manny, we were with her in her last moments. And,
yes.
We were right there with her, holding her hand, and it was awesome to be blessed by being there with her.
Yes.
Because it meant a lot to her to have someone there that was close. And Lord knows it was tough. It was tough.
It was, and we were there with her a precious moment as she had her last heartbeat.
And I think she knew in her heart that she was.
She knew, yeah.
She
couldn't talk,
she said.
but she was trying to acknowledge us. So now here today we are in our home, remembering her.
And she had the most beautiful ceremony today. I think I've ever, the most beautiful funeral. I don't know if I've ever seen one that was nicer than that. So,
In her honor. We wish you could have been here,
Yeah.
Uncle Manny, and we were all thinking of you. And we love you.
we love you.
Like we loved Mom. You two were a pair, and you're both just always in our hearts and memories, and give us strength. So
She loved you so much. She was my mom, you know that, right? And she loved spending time with you. She thought about you a lot. My mom, Carmen and I were talking, and being the daughter of my mom could be a challenge. But watching her from afar, we were in awe because Mom was fierce. She was not afraid of anything or anyone, and she would always let you know what she thought. There was no one who could intimidate my mom. I'll tell you, as a child growing up, my mom was used to getting everything she wanted her way, and she didn't like paying full price. And I remember going into the department stores like Macy's and some of the bigger department stores, and she would try to barter with them. And I was so embarrassed. I remember I'd always walk away just cringing, going, oh Mom, this is not the flea market, you know. But she would always walk away with a deal. Nobody could say no to my mom, including us. And we loved her dearly, and we are so blessed to have her DNA, because I got to tell you, Mom, you live on in us and in these kids.
Hi Manuel, this is Phil, and I wanted to say how deeply sorry I am to hear Bonnie's passing. Mary and I were here Thursday before she passed away on Saturday, and we were wanting to come over for Christmas after we spent time with our other family, and then we got the bad news. But I just wanted to tell you how sorry I am, and I hope to see you soon. Okay? Thanks.
You may speak.
Hey, my name is Ida Romandia, and I knew Bonnie for maybe about 3 years, and I'm going to really miss her. When I first came, I worked for her for just a couple of times when she needed somebody to stay with her on the weekends, and we bonded. She used to tell me we bonded, and she felt like I was her sister, she said. So I'm really going to miss you, Bonnie, and I know you're in a better place than us, and hope to see you soon.
What I'd like you to do is tell us who you are, relationship, and then whatever you'd like to say.
I can't say too much.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, good. Okay. Lisa, go ahead.
I have to say I love you.
Is it a taping?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, say, Maddie.
I love you, Grandma.
Okay, Tessa. Anything you want to say?
I love you, Gigi, Mom.
And Noah's a little cranky here, but he gives love. And we love you a lot. Grandma, we miss you. And
I got to be a part of Bonnie designing her beautiful home. And I love this home, Bonnie and family. I love her home. I've been taken back many times today, looking at all the emotion, getting emotional over all the beautiful pieces in the house. And Bonnie, you're a beautiful woman. I love you so much, and I know you'll be happy in heaven. Don't stress about anything at all. And we love you. I love you, and
I'm Dee Clayton, and I'm part of the Clayton clan that always came to see Uncle Manuel. We love you, Uncle Manny, and we're sorry that you can't be here. We're very sad that you're not able to be here, and we've had a lovely service. The service was beautiful this morning, and would just like to say that we remember Bonnie fondly with great love, and I have great memories of her always giving beautiful gifts to me. She was very thoughtful in her gift giving. She was very kind and generous with our family when we would come to invade her home with the Claytons. We were always a raucous, noisy bunch, and we appreciate all that she did for us. And she was kind of our the matriarch of this side of the family, keeping our family gatherings together. Always made sure that we spent Christmas and holidays together, and she was instrumental in keeping that going. And we love her very much, and she'll be missed. We love you, Uncle Manny.
Good job.
Nicely done.
Hi, Uncle Manny, it's Carolyn. I am part of the Clayton clan, the Rowdy Bunch, Regina and Coleman's daughter. I just want to say I miss you. I enjoyed talking to you this weekend. It was a beautiful service. Aunt Bonnie was well loved. And my best memory of Aunt Bonnie was when I came to her house and I had just gotten my hair done by a hairdresser I've been contemplating of getting rid of. Even my husband told me to get rid of. And I showed up at your sister's house and she says, "What happened to your hair?" And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I don't like your hair." She goes, "I'm just being honest. I don't like it. It's too dark. It doesn't bring out your eyes." She goes, "I got a hairdresser. I can get you $150. I'll pay for it." And I go, "No, no, no, Aunt Bonnie." And that was the defining moment that made me decide to change my hairdresser. Any of women know that changing your hairdresser is like changing your doctor or getting a new priest. So the next time I showed up, she didn't miss a beat. I had gotten a new hairdresser, did my hair the way I wanted it. I was happy with it. And when I showed up at her door, she goes, "I like your hair." And that was Aunt Bonnie. She was to the point, but she did it with love, and she just full of joy and laughter. Love you, Uncle Manny. Wish you were here. She'll always be in our hearts. Love you.
Hi, Uncle Manny. I just want you to know how much I loved Bonnie and just how I remember her. And I wanted to show you this picture of her when we were over at the house. She was smiling and cooking that time, and this was just what I remember, her joy, her love of family, and how she embraced all of us in her home, and how she reached out to me after Aunt Mary died. And she became my second aunt, and I look at these pictures here of us at the table when we were all over, and these are my fondest memories of when she would come over to our house also. I'm trying to grab a picture here, but I remember one time she was at our house, and we had Phil's family was there too, and she was enjoying herself so much, and she said, "I'm having a ball." And we just all kind of laughed about that because, for one, we'd never heard, it's been so long hearing that expression, but she was just so full of life and joy that one day. And she loved a good joke, she loved to laugh, and that's what we all remember too about her. And one thing, Phil may have said this when he was sitting here, he had to rush off to get back to work, but he wanted me to, if he didn't say this one, but he probably did, the thing that really made us realize that she wasn't just fun-loving and all that, she could be tough. And how at Carmen's house, when the house was being rebuilt here, and the guy was coming to take the pod, and she was so upset, she stood between the truck and the pod. She wasn't going to let him take that. And so I just realized here she was, almost in her 80s, in her mid-80s, and just a little lady, and she was just tough as a little grizzly bear with that guy. She wasn't going to let him take it, but you know, she was just a very remarkable woman, and we just all loved her a lot. We love you too, Uncle Man.